So the question you have is it even worth starting a custom furniture business in 2026? Can you even run a profitable custom furniture business in 2026? Well, in today's video, we're going to answer that question for you. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zach Vaught, and I'm super honored to be able to encourage you on your business growth journey and to help you launch that custom furniture company or launch that woodworking business. And in this video, I want to specifically address the question, can you even run a profitable custom furniture business in 2026? The answer is yes and no, right? And so instead of saying, can this be profitable, let's ask a better question. And that question is, what makes a profitable business? And I want to give you 5 things today that really establish and allow for profitability inside of your own custom furniture company. And so without further ado, let's jump to number 1. The first thing that allows for a profitable custom furniture business, or a woodworking business for that matter, is scale. One of the main issues that I see when I talk to guys that are interested in checking out the Woodworking Accelerator program, they don't really think big enough. They are like, if I could just do like $5,000 a month in terms of gross revenue. Well, the problem with that is that let's break this down. So at $5,000 a month, let's say your costs are $2,000 or $2,500 of the $5,000 in materials. Then you do the work, so you're paying yourself the labor. But after that, there's just really not a lot of meat left on the bone simply because it's not big enough. There's not enough happening. There's not enough going on to really create a ton of profitability inside of the business. Now, obviously, there are some other rules involved. As you start to really scale and you get tons of employees, a commercial space, you move into where you're more of a manager over the business, you're an overseer, you're more of an owner, your profitability does actually drop, but then you have so much scale that, if you're running 10 or 15% margins or maybe 20% margins, you're still collecting a lot of money left over at the end of every month. But when you're playing really small, which is that $3,000 to $5,000 a month range, there's really just not enough volume happening inside of the business. There's not enough lead flow. There's not enough quotes given. There's not enough predictability in the business to really drive a ton of profitability. Now, your margins might be good. You might be running 50% margins, but I would rather have 20% of $50,000 than 50% of 5, right? And so scale is huge, and it's a huge factor when it comes to profitability. Scale comes from finding what works and just doing it again and again and again and again. You don't have to have 25 completely different product offerings. You don't have to have tables and hutches and custom cabinets and cutting boards and birdhouses and find one product suite that you can scale and expand and focus on that where it's all similar. You can create some efficiency in it. And that's really going to make a big difference when it comes to profitability. Hey, I interrupt this video real quick to tell you about a software that's going to change your business, and that is Jobber. One of the main things that software does is it gives you leverage and gives you back your time and also frees up your headspace. One of the beautiful things about Jobber is it's going to track all of your leads, all of your potential customers, all of the quotes that you've given. You can request payment through Jobber, schedule and plan production through Jobber, plan deliveries, pickups. You can manage your entire business just about inside of Jobber. And so I want to encourage you guys, if you are flying by the seat of your pants or flying blind inside of your business, check this out. In the description, you can get a 14-day free trial, and then you get a specific discount for using my link as well. And so be sure to check that out. If you're trying to get organized and get systemized and structured inside of 2026, this is the software that's going to take you to the next level. And so with that, back to the video. So here's number 2, and that is your pricing. Pricing is the fastest path to profit or loss. Imagine that you and I are competitors with each other down the road. We're both building, let's just say, custom tables, and me and you are both building the same exact table. It takes us the same exact amount of time, and our material costs are exactly the same. But the difference is I priced mine at $1,000 and you priced yours at $2,000. Well, let's say that I had $500 in materials and you also had $500 in materials. Well, I'm going to have 50% profit margins. I'm going to make $500. That's including my labor. And you're going to make $1,500. You're going to make 3 times as much money as I am simply because you were priced better, right? Now, the other thing just to consider here, obviously what you're all thinking, well, Zach, you can't just price it super high or nobody will buy. Well, that's very true. But one of the things that I always talk about, and that is very real, is the power of your brand. And one of the things that I always just harp on over and over and over again is this is one of the things that guys really don't tend to focus on nearly as much as they should, and they lose pricing power because they have a weak brand. And so what am I even talking about when I talk about branding? Well, you need to develop your social media presence. You need to have a beautiful website. You need to get tons of reviews on your page. You need to have a substantial amount of likes and followers on your page. You need to become known as the guy in your area for whatever it is that you do. And as that happens and you specialize in something, you get to charge more premium prices. Just so you know as well, when it comes to pricing, there's low price, middle of the road price, and high price. And here's my strategy with this. Nobody in the middle ever survives. The low price competitors usually survive, and then the high price premium offers thrive, but everyone in the middle usually dies. And so when it comes to making a choice of how you're going to price your products and your services, if you go the low route, well, the problem with that is that all of your competitors don't have any business sense on how to compete. The only thing that they do is they see that you're priced for 1,000, so they price at 900. Well, then you don't know how to come back and compete with them because they're undercutting you, so you undercut them. And what ends up happening is the winner ends up with a product that is priced so low that you are making zero money. Right? You're working hard, you're slamming products out the door, you have tons of customers, and you are unprofitable. And I heard a quote one time that really just shook me up and changed my mind when it comes to pricing that way. And a guy looked at me because I was priced too low, and he was a more successful older business guy, and he said, "Listen, son, you can go broke sitting on the couch." And it's so true. Like, if you're not going to make any money, you can find much more enjoyable ways to not make any money than busting your tail out in the shop, building a bunch of stuff and trying to get it out the door, right? So that really leaves one option, and that is to become a premium offer, to sell at premium prices, be profitable. Now, what this means is you're going to get less clients, right? You're not going to have as much volume in terms of clients, but every client's going to be worth way more. Your average order value is going to be much higher than that of your competitor down the street. But the main thing that's going to allow you and justify higher prices is always going to go back to brand and reputation. If you can really always be focusing on improving your brand, improving your reputation, getting tons of 5-star reviews, having beautiful photography and videography, developing a beautiful website, becoming known and staying known in your area, you're always going to be able to slowly increase prices over time and be more profitable in the long run. And so and again, another thing here just on pricing I want you to think about. So imagine you're running a big business. Let's say you're doing $500,000 a year. Okay. And let's say at the end of the year, you had 10% profit margins, which means that you kept $50,000 out of that $500,000 that you did. If you increase your prices by 10%, those 10% price increases are going to go straight to the bottom line, and you're going to double your profitability with a 10% price increase. Okay, so what that means is if your table is $2,000, you're now charging $2,200. If your chairs are $200, you're now charging $220. So these are incremental price increases. It's really not that life-altering from the consumer side of things, a 10% price increase on what you would offer, but it could be dramatically life-altering on the back end of your business and how profitable you actually end up being. Okay, so if you're priced to just break even, you got to increase your prices. And if you're still running margins that are too tight, those 5 and 10% bumps in price, if nothing else changes in the business, that goes straight to your profitability. So an easy little hack, an easy little trick to increase profitability inside of your business. Here's the third thing that makes a profitable custom furniture business, and that is cost management. Cost management. And so one of the things that bit me in the rear end, just being candid with you, is that as we started to scale and we had more money flowing in and out of the account than ever before, I really just kind of got lax on monitoring our costs and just really trying to maintain our costs as we grew, right? And so what ends up happening though is you feel like you have more money to spend, and so you spend it, which is not really a good business move, right? You need to try to really monitor your costs as closely as you can, unless those costs are going to whatever your goals are, really, to drive more revenue, to get more leads, to get more sales, to give out more quotes, to improve productivity, whatever that might be. But one of the things when it comes to cost management that I'm just going to say is that you need to know what your costs are. And that's where a lot of guys get lost, is that they really don't have really clear picture of what their costs are inside of their business when it comes to materials, when it comes to labor, fixed overhead every month inside of their business. Obviously, if you're working from home or working in your garage or a shop in the backyard, this is pretty minimal. But as you start to scale and you maybe move into a commercial space, or you start getting your first employee or a couple employees, this is super important to really monitor your costs and manage those costs. So one of the most important ways to actually monitor costs and protect your margins is to do it on the front end of your quotes. And so this is where I see a lot of guys kind of mess this up, is they're desperate to get a job and they'll underbid things to get the job. And then by the time that they get materials ordered and they start working on the project and it's way more custom, it takes way longer than they thought it was going to, it kind of ends up biting them in the rear end. And so but cost awareness turns pricing from guesswork into confidence on your end. And so being hyper aware of your costs, factoring that into every quote, and just remembering that every dollar that you give away throughout the year is one less dollar that you get to keep at the end of the year. All right, the fourth thing that helps build a profitable business in 2026, and this one is so huge, and that is efficiency. If you are doing super custom one-offs all the time, you're going to have a really tough time staying efficient. I mean, if every time that you start a new job, you pick up a new invoice and you start a new job for a customer, it's something completely different that you've never done before and has these crazy custom elements to it, I can almost guarantee that you're always going to be underbidding your labor. I've done this for so long, and I've worked with so many guys that have been doing this for so long that, you know, they estimate 30 hours of labor, they end up with 50 hours of labor, right? And what that ultimately does is it doesn't just bite you in the butt for that project, but it also holds you back from getting to your other projects that are profitable as well. So it delays your ability to collect cash for the business, which can really slow down and even make you unprofitable in the long haul. So efficiency is how you buy back your time and your margins. And so here's something to know. High efficiency shops, they have standardized products with small elements of customization. So they have 10 table designs or 20 chair designs or 8 bench designs, or these are the products that we offer, but then you allow customization on a small scale. There's micro adjustments that you make in order to give the customer a sense of it's truly custom. It's the size that I want, it's the color I want, it's the wood that I want. But for you, it still fits within a framework of repeatability, right? And so you want to have a repeatable shop, okay? And as you do, you're going to be able to be way more efficient, get way more done, way faster, thus collect cash faster and getting things out the door and collecting those second half payments. And it's going to allow you to create a much more streamlined production process, okay? So efficiency really is such a driver in a profitable business. The last thing I'll just say here is number 5, kind of a repeat of what I just said, and that is standardizing custom offerings. You need to have a defined collection of products. Obviously, if someone brings you an idea and you think that you want to take a stab at it, you're welcome to do that. But if that is all that you're doing every day, you're going to have a tough time being profitable. Okay, so you need to have a standardized collection of products, and that's going to make a massive difference with efficiency and repeatability, like I just mentioned. This allows for faster quoting, which, by the way, if you can get quotes out faster, you're going to close more deals. It allows for cleaner marketing efforts. So, instead of you having to put together so many crazy variations of marketplace listings and posts and Facebook groups and outreach that you're doing to interior designers or Facebook ad campaigns, it allows you to have really clean, easy, simple, straightforward marketing strategies. It allows for easier training for your employees. If you just have one collection that you found, like, this is the thing that's working, we're just going to go all in on this, it's way easier to train employees and get them onboarded quickly. And then ultimately it's going to allow you to close more deals. You're going to have a higher close rate when you have a very clear target audience. We're just hammering that target audience with marketing, and we know that every time we get an inquiry or get a lead, basically what they're going to be interested in. So it's going to allow you to move way faster from a marketing and sales standpoint and from a shop and production standpoint. So I cannot encourage you enough with this. You need to standardize custom offerings. And so the main thing that I would say here is that you need to have a systemized business. And so one of the things that I actually just built that we're rolling out this year is I've got a completely free training that I want to invite you to. The link is going to be in the description below. It's a completely free training to really create a profitable and successful custom furniture business in 2026. And so I've never done this before. I've never had posted a free training like this. And one of the things that I'm actually going to be giving away in that free training is a health assessment for your business, where you're going to be grading the health of your business with different topics from 1 to 5. 1 is I totally stink at it. 5, we're crushing this, we're doing a great job. And it basically seeing where do I stack up in terms of, and what can I really be focusing on to improve upon inside of my custom furniture company or my woodworking business. And so I want to invite you to check that out. It's totally free. There's no strings attached. Obviously, at the end of that, we have a pitch that you can to work with us, but you don't have to. The free training really is our gift to you. And so with that, love and appreciate you guys as always. Thank you so much for taking some time to hang out with me today. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, be sure to do that. and I'll see you guys in the next video.